Hello. It is said that 3 out of 4 pregnant women would have vomiting or morning sickness in the first trimester of their pregnancy. And so today we are having a conversation on queasiness, quelling queasiness in pregnancy. Queasiness, morning sickness, vomiting, and in some case, nausea, and in some cases, vomiting for some persons is common phenomenon in pregnancy. And like I stated, 3 out of 4 women, 4 pregnant women would actually experience nausea in to some degree. All right. And if you're that 1 out of 4 who isn't having nausea in pregnancy, count yourself really lucky. All right. And so if you're in the 3 out of 5 and this is your first pregnancy and you're wondering, is this what I have to go through to have all the children I want to have? Calm down. I have good news for you. I've been pregnant 3 times myself, and you know, I had a very terrible experience with nausea and vomiting in my first pregnancy. By the time I was pregnant for my second baby, it had reduced. And by the time I was pregnant for my third baby, I never had nausea nor vomiting. So the good news is you may actually not have it for all of your babies. That's good news enough, right? I bet so. I am Chioma Okol and I'm the founder of the Expectant Parent Academy. So here, every Wednesday, we come with a conversation for pregnant women, for expectant couples, something to walk you through pregnancy, a conversation that lets you know that we see you, we hear you, you're valued, we know what you're going through, and we share tips to help you navigate. I am an early years parent coach, and I am also a nurse midwife. So you want to hit that subscription button if you're yet to hit it. This is where you have all the information you need, not just during pregnancy, but for the first 6 years of your parenting. So every Monday and Friday we have conversations to help parents who have children within the age of 0 to 6. And Wednesdays is especially for expectant parents. So you're welcome and do sit back as we go on this conversation. When women have nausea and vomiting, right? The exact cause for nausea and vomiting in pregnancy is unknown, but it is attributed to the various pregnancy hormones that is coursing through the woman's body, right? Coursing through a woman's bloodstream, rather. So, looking at how the brain evolved through the years, there was a time when what made the difference between a man surviving is his or her sense of smell. So at that period, one was able to sense or perceive the smell of a predator. And what does that mean? You hide. One was able to perceive the smell of foods that are poisonous, and one is able to say, I'm not eating this. So in pregnancy, these primitive brain functions become heightened. And so foods that you previously enjoyed give off aromas that are noxious to you. All right. And so this happens, nausea in pregnancy is noticed between 6 weeks and 13 weeks. And so some persons start having relief from nausea from 14 weeks and above. And for some others, it continues through second and the third trimesters. All right. So whichever category you find yourself, this is me saying, well done, you're doing a good job. A lot is happening in your body right now. I know, I see you, I've been there. But you know what? Hang in there. All right, hang in there. At the end of the day, you behold your bundle of joy and you will smile and be proud of everything you've had to go through to bring him or her to life. So, what do you do to help relieve nausea in pregnancy? I'm not going to tell you the things that you can easily find out from Google, all right? So I'm going to tell you things that I've done myself and things that helped me, okay? So everything I'm going to share with you here are not things you really find online, okay? So the first thing you want to do is where it is possible, don't prepare food to yourself. Don't prepare food for yourself. Let your spouse or anybody that can help out with that do that. That is first on the list of what you can do to relieve nausea and vomiting. The second on that list is that while the food is being prepared, keep a distance that you won't make you perceive the aroma of what is being cooked. Foods give us various aromas at different stages of preparations. You won't find out about this smell until you're pregnant. And so I can tell you because I've been there. right? So if you're not in the kitchen, or you're in a space where you don't easily perceive what is cooking, it reduces um your sensitivity, your the sensitivity of your nostrils to the food that is being cooked. All right. The third thing that you can do is have someone, if you have someone that can prepare it, for let that person go into the kitchen and prepare something that you don't even know what it is. So the person goes in and prepares jollof rice, but you don't have an idea that it's jollof rice the person is preparing. So that expectation, I don't know what is being prepared, or I look forward to it, gets you in the space where your appetite is heightened and you're likely to eat that food without having to throw up, all right, or without having to be nauseous. Okay. Then the next thing you can do is visit family and friends more often. Yeah, this is that period where you want to make the most of your family and friends. So what will you be doing? Eat from their pots. You heard right? Yes. So that also takes care of all of the steps I've mentioned earlier. You go to their houses and you eat without even having to cook, or without having to receive, or without having to perceive the aromas while the food is being prepared and all of that. Then the next thing is, do not take your prenatal drugs on empty stomach. Always do that with food. And if you would religiously remember, you can shift taking your prenatal drugs to the night, so that once you take it, you sleep off. Because most times when you take it in the morning and you go about your day's job, that the drugs keeps you nauseous for a long period of time. So move taking your prenatal drugs to the night. All right. And then the next thing is, when you take water or any fluid at all, do not gulp it. Take sips. All right. And for water, if you notice that room temperature water makes you nauseous, you can vary the temperature to warm water, or even to hot water, if that is what you can stomach. All right. If you've watched to this extent, then I know that you love what you're listening to. This is a good time to hit the subscription button and share the video with your family and friends, so that they will know to expect you, and they will know to prepare the best of foods they know that you're going to enjoy when you visit. All right. So I'll end on this note. Pregnancy is one journey that you don't want to go through in isolation. So you want to identify your tribe of family and friends, people you can go to, not just when you want to eat food, but not just as a means of surviving nausea and vomiting in pregnancy. It's something that will keep you in a good mood and keep you going. And before we close, if your nausea and vomiting becomes so bad that you're weak and can't even, you become so weak, then you need to be in the hospital. You need to get to the hospital, or call ambulance to take you to the hospital. Why? Because when you vomit so much in pregnancy, this is what we call hyperemesis gravidarum. It means you're losing a lot of water and electrolytes at the same time, and you're probably or most likely going to need intravenous fluid replacement. This was my own experience in my first pregnancy. I had about 3 to 4 hospital visits before in my first trimester. But like I said, the good news is that I didn't have it that bad in my second pregnancy, and by my third pregnancy, I didn't even experience it for one single day. So well done in the job you're doing. Dear Preggy Mama, I am wishing you a safe pregnancy, delivery, and postpartum period. And I am betting that by the time you behold your bundle of joy, you look back to all of the discomforts and say to your child, you're worth everything I had to endure. All right? Do have an amazing day. And do not forget to like this video and leave your comments in the comment section. And hey,